was really enthralled and focused and absorbed in the previous work. And I pretty much concur with what's been said about that work. And I even laughed out loud a couple times. This one did not draw me in. I was left cold. I looked for one whole sequence, and then I did not want to go for another sequence, and I didn't want to invest more time because I couldn't see, how I was going to extract more meaning, for my own needs. And then I did something which I want to resist. Just attach, it's a narrative about, I know it's about a song or the ecstatic of the song, the ecstatic moment of the song. And then I just sort of let it be that. But I know that because the way you think and your humor and your point of view, I could not really access that because I was hoping that my understanding of your process or your aesthetic from over the last year and a half or so would then help me see something that I don't normally see, and I couldn't get it from that point of view.
I think for me, this is probably, obviously not practical, a solution, but what if there were 12 monitors, I have a really different relationship to it, because I think I get distracted by the multi-frame thing. It's like, well, because 4:4:4, it just seems kind of convenient, and I understand the practical problem there, but I think, I don't really know how, almost, are we going to get electrocuted or something?
I don't know.
It's weird, lost my train of thought. But I'm wondering if you sort of switch the two and put all these on one monitor and spread the kind of funny ones out across 3 years, just as a kind of test or something, it might be interesting.
I think this is just a nice just installation, just forgetting about the video for a second, and I think everyone should just take note of that. Like 99% of the time people try and just do something symmetrical, balanced, equal. And I think, just the kind of the boldness of this layout, even though it's a linear piece, it seems to move, just that curve in it just adds. And look at this, just left blank. I love it. So I'm really happy about the installation of the monitors, even before I've seen the video. I think a challenge for you moving forward in this medium, and it's a challenge for most people, is finding your voice in this medium. I think we spend so much time consuming video works of various types, the amount of movies, televisions we've seen during our life. And then on the other side of that, the kind of anemic exposure to video art we've had. And so what happens is as we jump into this medium, we can't help but just start mimicking other forms of history of video art. So I see that a bit in yours. I feel like it's like a history lesson of video art. I think the work that you had in Eric's show, the stills, I thought something in there had both the kind of this really, strong conceptual layer, but then had this sort of like contemporary gloss laid over it that seemed to be an interesting sort of mix of how we bring sort of contemporary language to these other ways of thinking, and I thought there was something really potent in there to explore. And so part of this, I go, oh yeah, it's one of these like YouTube, sort of collection things where when you got like everyone singing the song or something like this, I don't exactly know, and then it's put together. And so a little bit of like that. But after reading the statement and watching this, I do think there's something there. It's this very pathetic moment. In the end, it's this kind of failed moment, like this very hopeful about seeing the love in people and knowing that we're filled with this good heart, and then we see people kind of maybe singing about it or playing guitar about it, but then it's just so like, and it just has this like sort of de